Welcome to Stock Music Musician, where you'll learn how to sell music online. And now your host, Evan Oxhorn.
Hey guys, what's up? Evan here from Stock Music Musician, and today I want to show you the elements of a song that I think does well for licensing. This song of mine gets licensed on a fairly regular basis, and I know, for example, Verizon uses this on their broadcasts pretty regularly. So I want to just kind of dissect this short song and talk to you about why I think it's a success and what you guys can do to write similar songs. So first, let's just start, give it a once through, listen to it. It's pretty short, and then we'll dissect it from there. All right. And let's start from the beginning, because that's a good place to start a song. All right, so let's give it a listen. Okay, so as you can tell, it's a pretty simple song. It's a short song, but I think there are 5 things that it does that make it good for licensing. And so I'll show you what those 5 things are, and hopefully you can start putting those in your song. And then I also want to tell you 2 things that it doesn't do well, but I hope won't turn you off from licensing your own songs. So to begin with, it's short. 30 seconds. I think most of my most successful songs are either 30 seconds long or loops. So you really have to try to write a song that says everything it needs to say in 30 minutes, which leads me to the second point. It tells a story in just 30 seconds. And how does it do that? Well, it has an evolving part. It's got an intro, a middle, and an end, which are all continuous, but they also all have their unique tone. Third, I think what it does is from the first note, you know what type of song it is. So it sets the mood and maintains that mood throughout. Let's give it another quick listen and dissect it by what I mean. So just from listening there, you hear right away these are sort of grainy, dusty drums, a jazzy lounge piano, and sort of a jazzy bass. All of that is clear from the first note, and it's clear throughout the whole song. So it doesn't struggle to establish a mood, right? You just you know what it is, and it maintains that mood consistently throughout. Now let's go from there, and I'll show you how it tells a story, because it's first just bass, drums, and piano, and then the trumpet comes in, and then it sort of ends on the trumpet. And they're all sort of melancholy, maybe not melancholy, but sort of lost. So it plays the phrase once, and now it plays the same trumpet phrase almost, but it ends on a slightly different, interesting note. So that would be my 4th point, is end on something unique. That sort of almost is like an earworm for the listener. You give them something familiar, and then at the very end you give them something slightly different. The Beatles were the master at doing this. Go and listen to any Beatles song, and you'll find they almost all end on a really weird chord or note, which sort of just sticks in the listener's mind. And finally, the 5th point, I would say, is that there's nothing weird or dynamic about the mix. There's no crazy panning from left to right. There's no like intense effects. It's pretty much just reverb, delay, compression, EQ. Very straightforward. There's nothing unexpected, which sort of goes back to my previous point about just having a consistent tone. Now, there's two things I'm going to say that the song doesn't do well, and I want you to really take these to heart because even though this song is like broadcast nationally, like all the time, it still is not a good mix. I listen to this and I'm like, I really wish I could remix this now, but it's already out there. So first of all, I used a vinyl emulation plugin. It comes in Reason as the Audiomatic, but it inserts these sort of scratches that like an old school vinyl would have, and I really don't like the way it sounds. If you listen here, you can hear it going. And it just, I don't know, it's sort of distracting. I don't like it. I wouldn't do it again. The mix itself is fine. It's not great, but I also don't like the mastering. When I hear it on the TV, often it's quieter than a lot of the other programs, and I think it's a little thin and also a little loose on the bottom. But my main point is you don't have to be the best producer on earth to successfully license your song. I'm pretty average at mixing, not going to claim to be great at all. But if you try, if you make a decent song, it will carry through and you will get better at mixing by doing more of it. So don't wait until you've got all the latest plugins or until you're the best producer ever. Just get out there and get your music in front of people. Thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if these types of tutorials are helpful in the comments or if you would prefer some other sort of thing.